Mark Blanton from The Real South Africa, Travel and Tourism. Obviously, I'm the owner of the company, and obviously, we're at home right now. Matter of fact, we're at home. We're rarely at home because we like to go out and travel and actually go out and see the country, of course, and there's always a lot to see. You know, obviously, we do Johannesburg, Cape Town, Durban, safaris, and pretty much everything in between. So if you're interested in something special, then obviously reach out to us. We can take care of you in that regards. You know, keep in mind the way we do things. We do it in a manner to where you're kind of immersed in the culture, the couture of South Africa. We do that, you know, with a lot of partners on ground because they understand, hey, this is what we're doing. And of course, if you're coming to South Africa to especially have a good time, but at the same time want to enjoy yourself, this is how you do it. And that's why I'm just proud to say that, you know, so many people have decided to come to South Africa as tourists. And then at some point they transition to saying, hey, I saw a South Africa that I was never told. I wasn't coming here looking for a South Africa that I was told about. Not saying it doesn't exist, but I can honestly say the latter, meaning that a South Africa that you didn't know existed is actually here. So what we have done is been able to, over the years, because there are so many people, and I'll be honest with you, that have whispered in my ear that were sitting in South Africa that was actually enjoying their trip, enjoying their time, enjoying the luxury and the 5-star and just the service they've been getting, whispered in my ear, man, I wouldn't have told nobody. I can't believe you didn't keep this to yourself. Yeah, I kind of feel that way sometimes too, but at the same time, I always think about other people. We always think about other people and how we can take advantage of it. And with that being said, I'm super proud to be able to say, if you guys saw the short, my sister and brother-in-law actually immigrated properly to South Africa. They got everything sorted and now they're here. And, you know, I'm excited because obviously we have family here in South Africa. I automatically know that there's going to be more people that are going to come behind them as far as my family is concerned, on Tasha's side and my side, but it takes time. It literally takes time. And unfortunately, some people think this is just kind of like, you know, hey, just find out a few facts or a few, you know, things, a little rumors and so forth, and just move, and then you'll figure it out along the way. Well, I can honestly tell you, eventually along that path, you're going to run into hiccups. You're going to run into a lot of things, and you're going to be looking for tips and tricks and things like that. But the reality is there are no tips and there are no tricks. You have to come properly. And I would say what made them want to come here more than ever was the fact that they came here on proper trips. They got a chance to understand South Africa. They've been coming back and forth for 6 years. Could they have come back earlier? Full time, of course, but you know, they retired from their positions with the government, which I'm super proud of. You know, they just had their retirement ceremony 1 week, and then after that, they was able to move to South Africa. Before that, we talked about their visa process. We sorted that out for them. Now they're walking around with their visas, so they don't have to leave after a certain period of time. They're not concerned with those things. They have truly immigrated through the immigration process, which is, you know, is a little daunting. I will honestly say, if you have never done it, you might find it a tad bit, aggravating, but it can be done. You know, I can say, especially those in the U.S., there are a lot of people that have immigrated to the U.S., been there for years. But again, they are going through the process. It takes a long time in some cases. And I would say South Africa probably has like the shortest, situation, meaning that, they are kind enough, and I'm going to say it, they were kind enough to allow us to come for 90 days. They allow people to come visit from the U.S. for 90 days. That gives you an opportunity to learn the country, learn the customs, learn, hey, how they talk. What does this mean? What does that mean? They actually do that for you. And you can come, leave, and then come back and learn a little bit more. But to try to be a resident on a non-resident status is, you're going to run into, hurdles that sometimes you will see people complaining about. And I say complain because if you're in non-resident status, you really can't do residential type things. So that's what happens. So the Grays tried everything they could do to avoid that because they saw us avoid it, and they were like, okay, this can be done. So, you know, I'm like I said, I'm pretty excited, and I can't. It's hard to contain. They just got in yesterday, so they're probably resting right now. So this evening, I'm make my way over to where they are, and we'll just sit down and let it all soak in that they're not just here for a little while. They're not just here visiting. They're not just bringing other family members so they can actually see it for themselves, because they got excited just like we did. But obviously my journey started back in 2010. Tasha's journey started in 2011. So when you look at us, it's not like we're talking about things that are new for people that are new. We've done all the new stuff. We've been new many years ago. So there are levels to these things. There are more things. And so we try to put our people onto it. And when they get put onto it, they're like, you know what? Can I do an interview with you guys? Because I want people to know what's available, like what is possible. And in the Grays, scenario, they were retiring. And we did a long interview with those guys on our live. As a live, you can go to our channel or go to it, scroll down, and you will see that, and you will hear it for themselves. Hopefully we'll get them, back on again, because, hey, people come here. They don't come here just to make videos. They don't come here just to this, that, and the third. They have went through a journey. A lot of our people that have come and migrated to South Africa probably have came here on a journey for themselves. And it's not selfish at all. They've been working out all the things. They made all the sacrifices. They forgot about the whatabouts. They just said, you know what? Whatever I need to do to migrate there. And then once they get here, they're off in the wind, doing this, doing that, doing things they never had a chance to do before. Not just more along the lines of the tourist thing, but just now I can say, hey, I can meet you next week for coffee, or we can do a high tea next month. I can be there. And the invites that come in, they can actually accept them, because South Africans are super kind, and they are inviting you to so many different things. And now you're not worried about having to leave or anything like that. So again, that's why, obviously you don't see a bunch of people that are here. And keep in mind, and I really want you to keep in mind, I want to keep this short because I just want to get to the footage of, the arrival, of my sister and brother-in-law, the Grays. I'm just going to leave it there. But I would say that coming here as a tourist properly, when people call us and ask us, well, what's the first step? What do I got to do to move there? You're going to always hear me say, come here as a tourist. Use that tourism portal to get here so you can actually see it for yourself, because you're going to need those guides that's going to be telling you what everything is. Because, the short version of this, you come here, you're mostly looking for the things that you heard about on TV and the Western media. So you're looking for that. So you're looking past a lot of things. And then number two, you're looking at things that are like the United States, because that's all you know. So you see a McDonald's, you will see a KFC, you might see a certain brand and whatnot. And in between all those brands, in that large space, there's a whole bunch of South Africa that you just kind of overlook. The only thing that you can't overlook are the people, because they're here. And so you will see a lot of people say, oh, the people are amazing. Yeah, they are amazing all the time. How do I know that? I've been here so long. They're amazing all the time. And I can honestly say they got their ways of doing things, and we got our ways of doing things in America. But keep in mind, and I can't stress this is enough, and this is something that you're going to have to learn, just like, going to school. You're going to have to get past the fact that you're not in America. This is not America. This is not even close to being America. This is South Africa. And so, as some people used to say, put respect on my name. South Africa has its own thing, and you're going to have to learn that, and you're going to have to transition to that as smoothly as possible. Once again, that's what tourism does. So that's why we are in the tourism space, and that's why you've been seeing us, I think, conducting proper tours for at least 5 years. Like I said, we're not figuring it out. We've already figured it out. So if you're just making a decision to say, hey, I want to come to South Africa, even maybe one day move as a retirement option or this, that, and the third. It all starts in the same place. You get your passport, they will, and then contact us. If you already have your passport, contact us. Go through our website. They don't require any extra thing to include shots or anything like that. So again, I think it's a great opportunity for everyone to learn something about Africa, to learn more about yourselves, because these Africans that we run across from all around the southern region of Africa, you'll be shocked. I put it to you like this. I walked into a store the other day, and the song that was playing was from my days when I was in the club in the 90s. And there was a young lady in there, she was just jamming off of it. And I'm like, again, how does she know this? Because of our content, our culture is in some ways imported into South Africa. Not the U.S. laws and the way the U.S. do things. That's not necessarily important, but our culture. And that's why people find that they're having a great time here, because it's like, wow, I feel like I'm at home. Yeah, so it's just like, and I know the reason why Cynthia and Barry came is simply because it's like, if you wanted America to be a certain way, this is how you want it to be. It's perfectly aligned with African Americans without all that other stuff, if you know what I mean. And I'm going to quote Phil Scott in one of his videos, because obviously we got the Phil Scott group coming next week. They'll be here next week, and it's a lot of them, and it's going to be their first time, and we're getting messages talking about how excited they are about coming to South Africa in a group. Keep in mind, you don't have to be in a group. You could just book your individual tour on our website. So if you're just one person and you can't find nobody to come, not a problem. Book one person, and I promise you, everybody that came, one person say, you know what, I'm so glad, because they were like, I wasn't going to come by myself, but I didn't ever feel I was by myself, because we was always in contact with them. And then of course they're running across brothers and sisters that are here in South Africa. So, nothing should be a deterrent and so forth. So again, I can't express it anymore, but check this video out. It's kind of short, but it just expresses what it's like to be able to come to South Africa and come to South Africa properly and have smiles on your face after a 15-hour flight. So all I can say is, I'll see you here in sunny South Africa. Hey everybody, what's up? This is Mark Blanton from The Real South Africa. If you look around me, I'm at the place of what we like to call the return, right? The door of the return here in South Africa. And today is a special day because we have somebody coming that's been coming back and forth, but now they're here properly. They got their visas, they got everything sorted. I've actually went and purchased their SIM cards they're going to need so they can have their phones going and so forth. So this is going to be amazing. If you guys remember the Grays, back and forth Grays, well, they're here full time, and they're going to be getting off the plane in just a minute. So I decided to go ahead and stop in and just kind of say, it's just to welcome them here properly to the Republic of South Africa. So, hey, just keep watching. It's going to be interesting. All right, guys, they have arrived, but all these bags, they literally got way too many bags. How long y'all gonna be here?
A long time. Hi, welcome home.
There you go. Mr. Grant. You made it, huh?
Yes.
Hey there.
Now I'm gonna be excited.
Are you excited now? Finally excited? Look at all these bags.
I was saying, like, come to America, you come to Africa.
Yeah.
I'm saying, would you say what?
Remember the movie Coming to America? It's
Right.
Coming to Africa.
Is that what that is?
All
of this right here?
We're gonna walk that down to the car. I got your SIM cards already.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I got that. Do your thing. Let's go.
Look at her face.
The DNA that's in the United States now, as far as, or in the diaspora, survived. And now we get the opportunity to come back. We get to come back, and we don't have to, claw our way back. We can actually jump on an airplane, make a reservation, give us a call if need be, and we can make sure that your experience here is absolutely amazing, so to the point to where now you're saying to yourself, you know what, where have I been? Why haven't I been here this entire time?
Yeah.
And of course, the number one thing is people you would say, I've been lied to my entire life.
For sure, for sure. And it is a decolonization of your brain of sorts, if that's the word you want to use. But
for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks again.